Hello, beautiful souls. Peace to the gods and the goddesses. I am sending you peace, love, and light right now. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how we are all in different realities. We are all within different timelines, and what is the difference between being stuck in 3D or you knowing that you have ascended into higher dimensions, and that you are ascending into higher dimensions, and that you are making your way into the new earth, and that you are in the new earth. Okay, so first of all, before I go in, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. Like this video. What liking the video does is it raises the algorithm, so other people that may not have access to this information, they will be able to have access to this information. Y'all listen. This is a great ass awakening, okay? There's a lot of damn people waking up right now. There's a lot of people coming into this new earth, baby. There's a lot of people coming into this new frequency, baby. And they will meet me on the other side. And when you like this video, it helps to get this information to them. So go ahead and like this video and subscribe. So first, what we have to all understand is that all is mind. That is the number one hermetic principle. It's all within the Kabbalion. It's the universal law stamped within this cosmos. All is mind. Your mind is creating your reality. Your thoughts is what is being projected onto the screen of space. All is thought, all is mind, all is consciousness. And we are all individual streams of this consciousness. And we have the free will to choose how far along within our consciousness we choose to go. Okay, and this is where we get the term free will. Like, there's the Most High, there's no universe or Most High or force that's making you wake the fuck up, or that's making you go into the new earth, or that's making you stay stuck, that's making you stay asleep. You choose it. You choose it. It's all you. And you choose, like I said, you choose how far along you are able to progress within your stream of consciousness, okay? So with that, you have individuals that are waking up to consciousness. They are coming alive, literally coming alive. And this is what that BIBLE talks about when it says the dead in Christ shall rise within the last days in the apocalypse. The dead in Christ shall rise. That's what we see happening. That's what's going on with you right now. You were literally once dead. This is the resurrection. You are the resurrection and the life. It's you. It's not talking about a particular person with long hair and blue eyes and whatever. It's not talking about that. Don't externalize your power. It's talking about you. You are the resurrection and the life. And when you come into awareness, okay, or you are conscious, and conscious just means awake, aware. Okay, you wake up. It's like, woo, you wake up from the dream. When you're in the old earth or 3D and you're just going on with life. You were born into a family, you're given a name, you're given a religion, you're given a race, a status, a class, and you kind of just go on with the matrix flow. Okay, you go to school, you go to kindergarten, you go to first grade, and you go to 12th grade, then you go to college and you get the degree. Then, you start working for a job, and you sit in your cubicle and you work for this person and you make them a whole bunch of money while you barely get by so you can pay your bills. Then you retire and then you die. Okay, but what you don't realize when you're in that sleep state is that you are consciousness, and that you get to choose and create your reality. When you're asleep, you think reality is living you. You think life is living you, and you're just out in this thing just floating in life, and it's just things are just happening because they're supposed to happen that way, because it's God's will. Wrong. It's your will. It's you. Okay, so you're just kind of going through life when you're not aware, when you're not conscious, when you're still asleep, you're just kind of floating. And then something happens. Life brings you to a point where you're just like, oh my gosh, I know there's more. There's more out here. There's more to me. I'm tired of working for these people for all my damn life, and I'm not really living according to my soul purpose. I'm not living my authentic self. I'm not able to be and manifest who I really am. Who am I really? I know that I'm more than what this job tells me. I know that I'm more than what this piece of paper tells me. I know that I'm more than what this religion tells me, because religion just tells me I'm a sinner in need of grace and have to rely on this white man in the sky. What is it? I know that there's more. And you kind of go through a depression, and this is what you call the dark night of the soul. You are awakening, okay? It's just a dark night of the soul because it's like this depression, because you realize the reality that you've been living is one that was subjected to you. It was given to you. It was told this is how you have to be. You were told this is what you have to do. And then you realize, no, I'm much more. There's much more to me. There's much more to my soul essence. Okay. So it kind of is like a collapse of your 3D old earth, what you've always known reality. And then you come into this new state of consciousness. That's when you start seeing the numbers and things. Every time you look at the clock, it's 11:11, 2:22, 4:44, 5:55, 1:2:3:4. It's like every single time you look at the clock, there's those numbers. That's what starts to happen when you start to awaken and when you start to exit third dimension and come into higher realms of consciousness. Okay? That clock, time begins to lose its importance, like really, and the fabric of time kind of begins to glitch. So the universe is beginning to talk to you because now you are aware. Now you are awake. Now you are like, you're like alive. It's like you came alive again. You're like, wow. And the numbers start coming and like these signs, you start getting these signs, and you just start getting led to videos and to people and to teachers, and it just makes sense. It just resonates and it makes sense, and you have an understanding. You may not overstand yet, but you understand. Oh my gosh, I know exactly what they're talking about. I may not fully get it all, but I know it just resonates with your soul on a soul level. You are waking up and you are coming into higher realms of consciousness, and this is you exiting that matrix system, the old earth 3D, and coming into higher consciousness, a parallel reality. Okay, so as it progresses, as your awakening continues, you know, the things just become new. You know, you go outside, you start to want to have the desire to connect with nature. Why? Because nature, everything goes back to nature. Nature is everything. And as you connect with nature, you begin to realize who you are. You came from this earth. We are the earth. So you begin to realize that. See, when you're in your bot state and you're unconscious and you're not aware, you are an enemy to the planet. You are an enemy to the earth. You litter and you don't give a damn. You throw cigarettes and shit on the grass. You don't care. You're like, oh, you literally just don't care. You know, you never go outside. You're probably always on your phone, never ever connecting with yourself, never ever connecting with the earth, always on the news. You know, everybody that's pretty much stuck in the old earth and in 3D right now, they ain't going outside. They ain't connecting with nature. And if they do go outside, they wearing them damn masks. They're not even able to breathe in that good ass prana like Ralph Smart says, honey. They aren't able to breathe in that air and that oxygen and get the benefits of Mama Gaia because they're stuck in the old earth. They're stuck in 3D. They're stuck in fear. Okay? But when you begin to wake up, you care about the planet. You care about nature. You constantly just want to just connect, like just going outside and being in the grass and looking at some water, or being on the beach and just water and watching the waves. It takes on a whole new meaning. When you wake up, you become alive. You are alive. You are alive. Welcome to the new earth. If you are going through this right now, you are embarking on the most amazing journey. And you will never be the same. You will never be the same. Once you start having that first awakening and you start waking up, you can't go back. You cannot go back. It just keeps going and going and going. You just go higher and higher and higher. So yeah, you connect with the earth, and the birds have new meaning. It's like they speak to you. The sun has a new meaning. It definitely speaks to you. You get light codes and answers from it. Everything changes. And what's happening is you're entering into a parallel reality. So there are millions of different parallel realities. There are even millions of different parallel earths. Yes, there are twin earths and parallel earths. Literally, y'all. Go look it up. Okay, so you enter into a parallel reality, and you naturally just start to go into higher realms of consciousness and higher dimensions. And this is when your mind begins to open up. And remember, because all is mind, all is consciousness, all is thought, when your mind begins to open up and expand, you begin to expand. Okay, because you have to realize all of this, including you, is within your mind, even your body. See, this is how we're able to lose weight and, manifest. This picture, y'all, literally, the person on the left was 4 years ago. I was that's when I was in the old earth. Literally, I was in the old earth, and I was in 3D, and I was so depressed, anxious. I was in a marriage, a miserable ass marriage. I was having suicidal thoughts. I even got a gun one night and was about to just clock out. For real. I was so depressed. And that particular night, I had gotten into a physical fight with my ex-husband. I had literally just stood in the mirror, and I was like, what the fuck? How did I get here? Is this what life is about? And all of my desires started coming to me. That's when I started having my awakening. And many of you will find yourself in that place whenever you're about to come into awakening. It gets so dark, and it seems like it's so you're at your lowest of your lowest. And naturally, you crave more. You crave more from yourself. So this is true salvation. This is what it means to truly be lost, but now I'm found, damn it. I was blind, but now I see. I am the resurrection and the life. I brought myself back to life. The Most High, through me, resurrected me back to life. In that picture on the left, I was dead. I was a dead woman walking. A dead woman walking. My thoughts were in alignment with nothing but death and destruction and anxiety and depression. And I literally transformed myself by renewing my mind. Because all is mind. You become transformed. See, this is what happens when you start to go into higher realms of consciousness too. You begin to see Helios, Biblios, Book of the Sun. You begin to see that Bible for what it's really saying, and you begin to decode it. Romans 12:1, be ye transformed by renewing your mind. It tells you all in that, Bible. As a man thinketh, so is he. Guard your heart. What is your heart? Your mind, your consciousness. Not the physical heart, but your actual mind. Guard it, because out of it flows life. Life comes from thought. Okay, so you become transformed by changing your mind, by healing yourself. And then naturally, even as you begin to come into a new dimension in parallel reality in your thoughts, your body catches up, your skin catches up, everything catches up. Nigga, you catch up. You just start rising. You just start rising. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, so that is what happens as you go into a different realm of consciousness. And you, like I said, you are within your mind. We are literally projecting this experience. We are projecting even ourselves. Yes, when you start to awaken, you can begin to think and speak yourself into however you want. I swear to you. This is why they don't want you to know who you are. They want you to stay asleep. They want people in 3D. They want people, and everything in that matrix is designed to keep people stuck in their realm, in hell realm. That is hell on earth. They want people to stay stuck in that. And they program you in every way to not think and to not know who you are. Because think about it. If everybody knew that through their thoughts and through their consciousness, they're able to heal themselves, doctors would go out of business. Cancer would no longer exist. If cancer no longer exists, then that billion-dollar industry falls apart. Okay? I want y'all to really, really, really let that resonate. Everything in that system is set up to keep your ass asleep and dumb the fuck down. Because they don't want you to know who you are. Once you know who you are, once you know that you are God, then you begin to shift and change your life towards God's state, towards a God state of thinking, towards a God state of living. You begin to create your reality, and from that, you transform from the inside out. Your money transforms, everything transforms. You realize, I don't have to depend on a European-ass job to make money. And to be successful. What about that? I can make my own money doing what I want to do and using my own thoughts and my own consciousness and my own gifts and walking in my own soul purpose and make when I say bad, I mean good. Make a good ass living, honey. Good ass living. You know, I'm going to share this with y'all. I left my corporate matrix job 2.5 years ago. I just left. I one day just was like, fuck it, and I left. And I actually started with Uber and Lyft. I was like, I'm just gonna find a way to make my own money. I'm gonna drive people around for a minute. And I have a degree in everything. Like, I was working for the school district. I was an ABA therapist, like very, very professional. I was that woman. And I was a director of music at my church. So at my old church. So, you know, I was making good money, but I was miserable as hell. I was miserable. And although I was making money, I was still always broke. And it was because that's where my mindset, my consciousness was. So I literally just one day left and I started doing Uber and Lyft and picking people up and just talking to them and meeting different people. And during this time, my consciousness started expanding and I wrote a book. I wrote my book, Change Your Mind, Change Your Life, a book of affirmations and guide to self-love. And I had a book signing and there were like 100 people there. And then from there, I was like, man, I started talking to people. I started counseling people. I was like, man, let me start like these services of awakening, helping people through their awakening and helping them through their healing. I knew that this was something I was supposed to do. And then came Releasing to Rise. Life naturally just aligned me with this calling. And now I have totally replaced and make double what I was making in that matrix job. And I did it all by myself, from myself, within myself. And it all started with my mind. Opening up my mind, reprogramming my mind, renewing my mind, okay? Because then once you change your mind, you go into a new state of consciousness. You go into a new reality. But guess what? There is another version of me in that old reality. And there is another version of me in an even higher reality. There's no such thing as time. We're on this stream. It's like we're on this long ass infinite string and we're just having these experiences and within the strings are different realities that you get to choose through your vibration and through your thoughts. So you can choose to go into a parallel reality by aligning yourself, aligning your thoughts, aligning your mind with that reality. So this is how you know you are in the new earth. This is how you know, like literally, your thoughts will begin to manifest and materialize so fast. And they are thoughts that are in alignment with goodness and thoughts that are in alignment with the truth. And they manifest so fast. And you come into a higher sense of self, a higher sense of purpose, a higher sense of soul mission, okay? And you're no longer affected by 3D. You're no longer affected by the matrix, and the tools of the matrix can no longer come to you. You're free. You are free. And this is why you are all going through this great awakening right now. This is why you are all resurrecting back to life, and you're beginning to find, the sources and the people that can help you. This is why. It's because you are coming into a parallel reality, a new higher state. You are coming into the new earth. And this is where all of your thoughts begin to manifest. So this is why I say you must be very, very, very diligent in your healing. Remember, awakening is healing. You must be very, very diligent in unlearning and relearning and reprogramming your mind, healing from your wounds and your trauma. Get to the root of the blocks. I tell my clients this all the time. You must begin to start getting to the root of your blocks, because all is thought and all is mind. And if your thoughts are not in alignment with what it is that you're trying to manifest, a higher sense of you, if you can't think according to that, or you have negative thoughts that fight with those thoughts, then you have to get to the core of why. Most times the reason why people have struggle with manifesting their highest purpose and their higher self and their higher soul mission is because they have blocks that originated in childhood. This is why healing your inner child and making your heart as light as a feather and having childlike faith. That's what that means. You have to go back to your inner child. You have to become a child again. You have to go to that little girl. You have to go to that little boy. When they were told you're not good enough, you have to go back and tell them, yes, you are. You are good enough. You are enough. You are worthy. You will be the best version of you. You have to do that. You literally have to do that. And that's what I do in my exercises and in my one-on-one coaching sessions. And it works. Like, literally, it works. And then my clients start manifesting and shit. And this is what happens when you begin to come into new higher realms of consciousness and you begin to come into the new earth. In order to come into the new earth, in order to come into the kingdom, which is within you, you have to first become a child again. You have to go back to that inner child where all of those lies were introduced, all of those wounds, all of that trauma. And see, I'll just say this one thing and then I'm going to cut it out. But think about it, y'all. Black people, melanated people, the reason why so many melanated people are not able to manifest their greatness and they are victim to the matrix system is because so much trauma. The melanated community perpetuates trauma, and we perpetuate trauma because that's what we were given. We were given trauma. We've never had time to recover from trauma. 400 years of colonization, all of that. Then you're told in school that's where your history begins, was on that plantation. So you start to read about that and you're like, damn, my ancestors were slaves. They were getting beat. They were subservient. So what does that mean about me? Okay, so this is why they tell us these things. They don't tell us our true history. They put us in the projects, okay? The projects are literal projects on people. This is why they create the churches. In every black neighborhood, there's a church's chicken, and a liquor store. This is why. And this is why so many women are having these babies and they're bitter. They're so mad. Their men are out there not committing, not able to be these loyal kings that they know that they can be. They're either in prison. So the woman has the baby and she has to work and take care of that baby. So she's frustrated. She puts her frustrations out on the baby, treats them like shit, doesn't nurture them and love them. Then that baby grows up with this consciousness of, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. So then they turn 13, turn to all these boys, turn to the street, get pregnant, and then reproduce the same exact trauma. And they all stay stuck in that state of consciousness, and they keep manifesting that same cycle of bullshit. And you die, you reincarnate, and keep doing it over and over again until you finally wake up. All right, y'all. So it's all in your mind. All is mind. Clear your thoughts. I'm sending y'all peace, love, and light. We're rising, y'all. Bye.